What if I told you, right now, that you've been living as a Sigma male this whole time, and nobody had the guts to tell you? Think about it. That restless energy you've carried? That inability to just fit in? That hunger for freedom over approval? Yeah, that wasn't you being weird. That was you being rare. That was you being Sigma. Welcome back, gents. You already know what time it is. Today I'm about to crack open a truth that might just flip your whole perspective upside down. If you've ever wondered why you don't vibe with the crowd, why you don't need the validation everybody else seems addicted to, this video is going to hit you in the gut in the best way possible. We're talking 10 powerful signs that you're a Sigma male. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll see your whole life in a new light. Because the truth is, society doesn't want you to know this. They'd rather keep you confused, insecure, and easy to control. But not today. Today, you're getting the download. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button right now. Don't just watch from the sidelines. Join the tribe. We're building a brotherhood of men who refuse to be boxed in, manipulated, or controlled. You belong here. Point number 1. You don't chase the spotlight. Tell me this. Have you ever been in a room where everyone's fighting for attention, but you're just chilling, sipping your drink, observing like a silent hawk? You don't need to talk the loudest. You don't need to flex the hardest. You're not desperate for the spotlight. That's Sigma energy. Most guys will sell their soul for applause. They want likes, claps, and external validation like it's oxygen. You don't play that game. You know the spotlight's a trap. It shines bright for a second, then burns you out. And here's the kicker. The man who doesn't need the spotlight is the one who controls it. People start wondering about you. Who's that guy? Why is he so calm? Why does he look like he knows something we don't? Mystery becomes your superpower. You don't chase attention, gents. You attract it by not needing it. Point number 2. Solitude feeds you, not drains you. Most people are terrified of being alone. They'll cling to toxic friendships, fake relationships, and pointless group chats just to avoid silence. But you? Silence is your sanctuary. You recharge when the world gets quiet. That's when you think. That's when you strategize. That's when you plot your next big move. Picture this. 2 men get fired from their jobs. One panics, calls 10 friends, and drowns his fear in noise. The other, Sigma, locks the door, sits with himself, and says, "All right, what's my next play?" Guess who comes out stronger? When solitude becomes your fuel. Nobody can use loneliness as a weapon against you. You're not scared of silence. You own it. Point number 3. You smell fake from a mile away. You ever meet someone and just know they're not what they're pretending to be? Their words say confidence, but their body says insecurity. Their smile says, "I like you," but their eyes say, "I'm jealous." That's your Sigma radar. You pick up on things most people miss. The twitch in the eyebrow, the slight delay in their voice, the overcompensation in their laugh. You don't always call it out. You just log it in your mind. And because you notice what others ignore, you rarely get played. While other guys are falling for fake kindness, fake friends, or fake love, you already saw the cracks in the mask. That awareness is power. It makes you unmanipulable. Point number 4. Rules don't impress you. Society hands everyone a script. Go to school, get a job, marry on schedule, buy stuff you don't need, retire, die. Most guys nod and obey. But you? You look at the script and laugh. You don't break rules just to rebel. You break them because half the rules don't make sense. Think about it. Some of the most successful men on the planet, entrepreneurs, creators, innovators, were Sigmas who threw the script away. They didn't wait for permission to build their empire. They trusted their own compass. You're the same. You know life isn't about fitting into a box. It's about building your own damn shape. Point number 5. You're immune to status games. Here's where people really don't get you. Most men are obsessed with proving themselves. Alpha, beta, whatever. The ladder's endless. Who's stronger? Who's richer? Who's got the hotter girlfriend? You couldn't care less. You don't need to win some childish status game to validate yourself. You don't need to bark louder to prove you're the alpha dog. You're more like the wolf who doesn't even show up at the dog park. That refusal makes you dangerous, because nobody can bait you with ego traps. While others are fighting for crowns that don't matter, you're already 10 steps ahead, building something real. Point number 6. You learn by observing, not talking. Let me ask you this. How many times have you sat in a room, stayed quiet, and ended up knowing more than the loudest guy there? That's classic Sigma. While others are busy performing, you're busy studying. You see the power dynamics. You notice who's lying, who's insecure, who's secretly pulling strings. And then, when you finally open your mouth, it lands. Your words have weight because you weren't wasting them. That's why when Sigmas speak, people stop and listen. It's not about saying more. It's about saying the right thing at the right time. Point number 7. You can walk away from anything. Jobs, relationships, friend groups. If it doesn't serve you, you can walk. No hesitation. No begging. No clinging. That's terrifying to people, because most are trapped. They need that paycheck. They need that relationship. They need that validation. You don't. Your self-worth isn't chained to anyone or anything. That's why you can cut ties and move on with your peace intact. And here's the truth. Once people realize you don't need them, you're uncontrollable. Point number 8. Money, power, respect. You redefine them. Society's definition of success? Flashy car, flashy house, flashy ego. But not you. You play a different game. For you, money isn't about flexing. It's about freedom. Power isn't about dominating. It's about independence. Respect? You give it to yourself first. That's why people can't bribe you. They can't tempt you with shallow prizes. You're not chasing their carrot on a stick. You're planting your own damn garden. Point number 9. You're unpredictable. Here's the thing about you, gents. Nobody can quite pin you down. One day you're social and charismatic. The next you've disappeared off the radar. One week you're grinding like a machine. The next you're off traveling solo, living in the moment. That unpredictability is your shield. Because control depends on predictability. Systems, bosses, manipulators, they need to know your next move to trap you. But you're a walking plot twist. That makes you dangerous. That makes you free. Point number 10. Your value comes from within. And here it is, the ultimate truth bomb. The reason you've always felt different. The reason you can't be boxed in. The reason you can't be controlled. Your value doesn't come from the outside. Not from likes. Not from titles. Not from validation. Your worth is internal. Self-sourced. Self-forged. Most men crumble without applause. You shine regardless. That's why you're Sigma. That's why you're rare. That's why you're bulletproof. So here's the deal, gents. If these 10 points hit home, then yeah, you've been Sigma this whole time. You just didn't know it. And now that you do, the game changes. Because once you recognize who you are, you stop doubting yourself. You stop forcing yourself to fit in. You stop apologizing for being different. And that's when you step into your real power. So take this knowledge and own it. Live it. Be the Sigma you were built to be. Make sure you smash that subscribe button right now and join the tribe. We've got more fire, more Sigma wisdom, and more truth bombs coming your way. And remember, gents, having said that, I'll catch you in the next one.